In the heart of Amaka, a small but bustling town, there was one place everyone seemed drawn to: Tobi's kitchen. Her food wasn't just delicious, it was magical. People flocked from every corner, their mouths watering before they even stepped through the door. Children skipped their mothers' meals, women whispered in frustration, and grown men left their wives cooking untouched, all for just one bite of Tobi's food. But behind the laughter and clinking plates, something dark was simmering. Tobi's meals weren't ordinary. There was a secret ingredient, one so sinister, so unthinkable, that it was tearing families apart. Husbands were abandoning their homes, children were disobeying their parents, and the once happy women of Amaka found themselves heartbroken, watching helplessly as their lives crumbled. And Tobi. She stood behind her counter with a sly smile, daring anyone to question her. No one knew the truth. Until one young woman, desperate to save her marriage, turned to her father, a man who carried the wisdom and power to unravel the dark spell behind Tobi's irresistible meals. What happens when the veil of darkness is lifted? What secrets will Tobi reveal, and will the town of Amaka ever recover? This is the haunting tale of how one woman's bitterness became the town's nightmare, and how courage and unity exposed the truth lurking in every bite. In the lively town of Amaka, Tobi ran the most popular food joint, Tobi's Kitchen. Everyone in the town, from children to elders, swore by the tastiness of her food. Even travelers passing through Amaka couldn't resist stopping by for a taste. However, trouble started brewing when married men began abandoning their wives' meals for Tobi's dishes. Amaka, a loving husband to Ada, was one of the victims. Barely 6 months into their marriage, he suddenly stopped eating at home, often praising Tobi's cooking. Ada, a talented cook herself, couldn't understand what had gone wrong. She cried to her husband, but Amaka would shrug her off, saying, "Maybe you should learn how to cook like Tobi." Across Amaka, similar stories emerged. Married women grew desperate as their husbands chose Tobi's food over theirs. Children even began skipping meals at home, waiting to eat at Tobi's. The town buzzed with rumors, but no one could explain the spellbinding effect of Tobi's food. Frustrated, the married women of Amaka held a meeting under the old Iroko tree. They decided to confront Tobi together. On the chosen day, they marched to her restaurant, but Tobi met them with a sly smile. "Why blame me for your bad cooking?" she sneered. "If your husbands love my food, it's because I'm simply better at it." The women pleaded with her to release their husbands, but Tobi refused, sending them away humiliated. One of the women, Ada, refused to give up. She visited her father, Papa Chukwu, in the neighboring town of Abodo. She poured out her heart, explaining how her marriage was falling apart. Papa Chukwu listened intently and promised to help. The next day, Papa Chukwu disguised himself as a weary traveler and went to Tobi's restaurant. As soon as he sat down, Tobi approached him, her voice sweet and inviting. "Welcome, Elder. Have a taste of my food. It will change your life forever." Papa Chukwu smiled knowingly. "I have heard so much about your cooking, but I do not eat just anyone's food. Instead, I want you to confess." Tobi froze, her eyes narrowing. "Confess? I don't know what you're talking about." But Papa Chukwu began to chant incantations softly. His words filled the air with an unseen force. Tobi tried to resist, but she began to shake uncontrollably. Suddenly, she screamed, "Stop! I'll confess." Through tears and trembling, Tobi revealed her dark secret. Years ago, she had fallen in love with a young man named Obina. But he, like many others, rejected her because of her size, choosing slimmer girls instead. Heartbroken and bitter, she visited a native doctor who gave her a charm. The charm required her to mix her menstrual flow into her cooking, ensuring anyone who tasted it would be enchanted. "I wanted to punish all the men who looked down on me," Tobi cried. and I wanted their wives to suffer as I had suffered. The crowd that had gathered outside gasped in horror. Papa Chukwu lifted his hand, breaking the charm with a final chant. Tobi's restaurant immediately lost its allure. Her customers felt disgusted and ashamed, realizing what they had been eating. Tobi was banished from Amaka, and peace returned to the town. Amaka and other husbands apologized to their wives, vowing never to stray again. Ada's marriage was saved, and the town learned the importance of love, respect, and unity. Papa Chukwu reveals that Tobi's charm affected only those who already had weak discipline and wandering hearts. This shocked the men, forcing them to reflect on their actions. Before leaving town, Tobi begged for forgiveness. Ada, with her kind heart, forgave her, urging the others to do the same. The moral of the story is that greed and bitterness lead to destruction, not happiness. True love and respect form the foundation of healthy relationships. Unity and courage can defeat even the darkest forces. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this story in the comment section. Please subscribe to our channel for beautiful stories like this. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching.